Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of the Rogers Radio Podcast. We are in Clarksville, Virginia today at Rooted Cafe. So excited to get to know Rooted, and we have Halley Pal here that's going to tell us all about all the great offerings. It smells so good in here. I have this wonderful London fog here that is delicious.
And a reusable mug.
Yes, and reusable mugs, and I'm just so excited to get to know you and everything about Rooted, and want to kind of start with what had you start Rooted in Clarksville, Virginia?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks Alyssa and Kenny behind the camera for being here. And welcome to our space. What started Rooted? My husband and I moved to Clarksville in 2019, right before the pandemic. I had accepted, I was working nearby. Prior to that, I had been working out of town. So there was a desire to kind of experience all the walkability of Clarksville, all of the small town charm of Clarksville. And at the time, you know, I had 3 young kids to me. They're still young, but you know, pre-COVID, we were definitely an outside the house family. And Clarksville had everything that we were looking for as far as, you know, the park and the Y and their schools and again, the ability to just walk around town, which is something that I grew up with out in California. But, you know, as that area grew, that's sort of kind of a little bit less nowadays. So we started just kind of getting into the community and loving it. And then COVID hit. And right before COVID, I had the idea that this town needed a coffee shop because one of, you know, my daily activities growing up was walking to get something to eat or drink, and there weren't a lot of places that were open early here. And then, you know, just kind of personal to me, I didn't grow up here. I grew up in San Diego.
Okay.
My husband didn't necessarily grow up here, but he grew up in the South, moving around with his family. And whenever we would go to visit my parents, my kids' grandparents out in California, there's a lot to do out in San Diego.
Definitely.
There's the zoo, there's SeaWorld, there's, you know, amusement parks, there's everything. But the best part of that trip for them was the 1 mile walk to the coffee shop that my dad goes to every day. And because at the end of that walk was a ginormous cookie and, you know, a smoothie bowl and a coffee for me, which is what I needed because my dad drinks decaf and he doesn't keep caffeine in his house. And so it was enough to motivate all of us to get out, take that walk, and then just sit around and make your way back. And those few hours that they spent just talking, not on their phones, outside, we have the perfect place here in Clarksville for that. And what I would see when I would drive around, especially during COVID, was grandparents with their young children walking around, just walking, because they didn't have anywhere to walk to. Thank goodness for a cottage barn that was originally in this space, because otherwise there wouldn't have been a lot of draw for young families to come downtown. So that was sort of where the idea began. It was, you know, we're in this great community. These people are here. They just need somewhere to go. And so I wanted to kind of build that here. And COVID messed all that up, of course. But after COVID, it was kind of like the energy was returning to the area. And because of course, Microsoft and other businesses coming to the area, there's a lot more people here now. And so that's sort of where the idea of it being called Rooted came from. I'm not originally from here, but all of my children are born here. These people may not be originally from here, but they're choosing to come here, put down roots, you know, grow their family, appreciate the unique characteristics of this place rather than, you know, detract from it. And so you're kind of building your own root system here. So that's sort of how it came to be.
That is fantastic, and kudos to you for sticking through it during a tough time and saying, you know, that could have been a moment where you said, you know what, it just must not be meant to be, but you continued on, and this amazing space that you have now, it is a vibe. You know, it's buzzing, and we're here in the middle of the day, And
Thursdays are usually pretty good days.
yes, I mean, we're here on a Thursday. It's not even lunchtime yet, and there are so many people in here enjoying coffee and snacks and all of the things. And so you're creating something really great here. And
well, it's the people that are creating it, because it was, a lot of work, and you do tend to get lost in the work of it, in the operation of it. But coming out here any day of the week and seeing people use this space in a way that I intended it to, whether it be families or grandparents bringing their kids here, or people having business meetings here, book clubs meeting, just things like that. That was 100% the intention. So you kind of just get struck by, oh, look, it's happening. It's like sort of a if you build it, they will come moment. And having it happen to you was to me, it was not something that I expected. It was, overwhelmingly emotional to see it happen. And people continue to come up and make this space theirs and make it a part of the community. And that's been really, really special.
It is a special place, and we've only been in here a couple times so far. We'll be coming back a lot more, but just walking through here as we were setting up today and seeing customers in the corner having fun conversation and a business meeting happening, and then in another corner you have a little kid that's playing with all the toys, and I see books on the wall and games and all. I mean, it is so great. I just want you to know that.
Yesterday I was in here and I was on a meeting, because I work from here a lot, and I was on a meeting and I could keep hearing this click, 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 and it was somebody playing the sorry game, and they were clicking, for the dice to go, and you don't normally hear that sound. And the game night has been really, really fun, and so my kids are teens now, well, one preteen and 2 teens, and so if you have teens, they bicker and fight and argue, and they're always wanting to be in front of their phones. So getting them up here to either play games or just read a book or something like that, that's been really fun to see. Seeing families come out and play games up here and just kind of slow down. That's what we want.
Yes, it's fantastic. And so do you have game nights here? Okay, tell us about that.
So every Monday night, our game night starts at 6, but I mean, really, you can come in and play games anytime you want, because we have them on the wall. But we stay open later until 8. And part of the reason, well, it's actually past 8. It's whenever people want to leave. Like, we're just like, it's game night. Play whatever you want.
I love that.
We have a D&D group that comes up here, and then we have several families that come in. The reason that we started game night, besides the fact that we love playing games, and Baldwin sadly left, in our parking lot, almost every night when we close, there are young folks just hanging out there. And we're kind of like, come in, just hang out. Like, you don't have to buy anything, just come in and hang out, because that's one of the things that I noticed as my kids got older. There wasn't really like a place identified for them to be, if they weren't in a club necessarily on that night, or engaging, maybe at the music or an art school here in town. There wasn't anywhere for them to just hang out, and it didn't feel like there were a lot of places that welcomed that group. But we've had a lot of young folk come in here. They're incredibly respectful of the space. They're so sweet. They come in and have dates in here and things like that. It's really cute. It's hard not to be like, oh, because like they're little adults in training. But yeah, that's been another thing that's been surprisingly positive. People, of course, gave all of their advice before we started. And one of the things was, these teens, they're, all this and that, and we haven't had that experience. We've had a number of young people come to our events, like our crafting events or our plant events or things like that, and that's been really promising, because they're going to be the ones to take care of this place, like our community. So yeah, we love it.
So awesome to hear that there's now a safe space for the teens and the kids and everyone to come to in this community. I know that you're adding more and more services here, and so what is kind of currently going on, and what can people expect when they walk in?
So currently what we're doing is we're building out our event calendar for this summer. One of the things that I really enjoy is plants and being crafty. And one of the services that I really was looking for when my children were young in this area was low-cost activities that we could do together. that I didn't have to drive 2 hours to do, because you know, when you drive 2 hours and then you do an event with your kid and then you're like, I am done for the entire day. In fact, that was exhausting, and they're still keyed up. So what we're doing is we're putting together some low-cost events. We have a kids and adults create day. So they're going to be able to create like a sun catcher sort of, but it's, I don't know, it's a craft. It's hard to explain. We're also going to do a design your own drink day that day, and they'll get to make their own drink and have like a little panda cup to go with it. And we open it up to adults even with the panda cup, because I think the panda cup is cute. There's no age there. So we're working on all of that. We're working on getting our back patio open. There was like nothing really out there. It was just like a storage area. So we're turning that into an area where people can sit. And also we've cut the tin. It's still there. It's being held up by blocks, but we cut it. And the idea is that you're going to be able to sit at the bar area, which we got the bar from White Oaks Preserve. It's a local farm to the area. They do hunting and all sorts of cool stuff out there. So they're building us our bar top, and you're going to be able to sit there and look out at a game area. So we've got a big Connect 4. We're bringing in cornhole boards. We're designing that parking. It's a driveway now, but we're turning it into an outdoor area.
This is everything.
So we've got our artists designing the panels. We've got 4 panels identified for local art groups, whether it be Carter's Music and Art School or the high school, and then the preschools, which I haven't told them yet, but we have it on the design. Like, this is going to be the panel for them. So we're really excited about creating that for them and getting them to come up and be a part and like literally put their little hands on the wall. So we're just kind of trying to expand the space, make it bigger, make it more fun activities to really take advantage of the great weather we're about to have.
Oh my gosh, a true definition of bringing a community together is what I'm hearing today. And you know, to have the vision that you had and then to watch it come to fruition and continue to grow on that, you should be so proud, because this is really fantastic.
Honestly, it's been, I'm really proud of the team that we built here. So that's the thing. You can have a vision and you can have an idea, but it takes a lot of people to put that together. We wouldn't have gotten our equipment into this place if it wasn't for Gary's roofing. You know, he literally was like, I have a forklift, I have a man, you know, I will move the things for you. And he just gave of his time. We have friends, you know, that helped us with the wiring, you know, of this place, with the HVAC of this place. You know, we really have been given so much by the community. Some of the new tables in here, they came from Bridgewater.
Nice.
Our bar chairs that are going to go out there, they came from Bridgewater. You know, so the community of businesses here has been incredibly welcoming and supportive. So we just try and continue that tradition on. We're super excited for Mabel's to come. They were just in here. Like we tell them all the time, you know, we want those burgers ASAP, please. Like, just build us a crosswalk. You know,
I'm excited too.
Because there's you know, we eat dinner up here a few nights a week when we get busy, but having somewhere else would be nice.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to you know, more stuff down here.
Well, Halley, thank you so much for allowing us to come in and witness this and experience this.
Thank you for coming.
You have a lot to be proud of. I can't wait to see Rooted continue to grow and expand and bring the community together. Everyone out there, you need to experience this for yourself. The staff is so friendly, and you know, they're amazing, and just the vibe. It is a vibe in here, you guys. You have to come. Tell everyone what your hours are.
So we're open 7 days a week. We're open 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday we're open 7 to 5. Like I said, on Monday nights we stay open a little bit later. We don't really put it on the door or anything like that. because it's kind of up to people when they're done with their stuff. And then during Lake Fest, we're gonna have like a campfire sing along out back. With like s'mores. So we're gonna be open a little bit later for Lake Fest, of course. So we put everything on our socials. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it is the team. I've got a couple of managers that are like just loving this place as much as I love it, and that's what's making it great.
Well, it is for sure a great place, and everyone be sure to go onto Rooted's social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok.
We got it all.
And make sure you follow them so you can come and experience this and attend all of the great things they have coming. And you guys, downtown Clarksville, visit Rooted. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you,
Kenny. Yes. And everyone, come see Rooted. Come check them out. You don't want to miss out on the amazing pastry smoothies, all the coffees and lattes and everything you could ever desire. And thank you so much for watching and listening today. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.